Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 19 of Europa Universalis IV as England. And we are just about to declare our war against Scotland. We have just insulted them to make sure that they are not going to... we're not going to get a stability hit from being in good relations. None of our allies are going to come in. They do have Sweden as an ally. One thing I could just quickly check that I didn't is let's just have a look at Sweden's manpower. Military... armies, and we'll just quickly find Sweden. Sweden currently have 14,000 men. I think we are good. So let us declare war against Scotland to take Lothian, and we're going to jump in there. We've already got them blockaded. They don't even have their fort up in Fife. They've just set it active, but it'll have a very, very low very low garrison. Will they get away in time? No, they won't. We do get a crossing penalty, as expected, and obviously a crap roll, because that's the way this game works. We've got double the numbers, we've got the same discipline, we've got the same base morale, we've got the same tactics. We should, providing the rolls don't go really badly against us, win this fight. Now, unfortunately, we didn't stat wipe them. We did quite a bit of damage to them. But wherever they're running off to, we probably won't be able to chase them down, yeah, because of the forts. So we will stay here, we'll recover our manpower a little bit and siege out this fort, and then we'll have to move into Fife and get that one there. We do have our heavies here. Did Sweden actually get called in? Yes, they did. They may attempt to bring some units down this way. I am going to keep my eye on them just to make sure that... they don't try anything too tricksy. Also remember, of course, France is in on our side here as well. Looks like France are actually shipping some men over, which is going to be good. So we could gain some inflation to gain some Diplo power, or we could... yeah, I don't mind taking half a point of inflation to gain 50 quick Diplo power. That seems fine. And we do want to wait and try and get our next military tech. So we'll just let those guys siege out. They don't really have much of an army. I think I'm just actually going to go up to speed 3 for this one. I'm not really worried at all on this particular fight. I think we're going to be fine. We have a Swedish Navy here that's just decided it's going to come in and be annoying. What do they actually have here? They have 8 galleys and 5 transports. So, assuming we can get there in time, and I don't know what... was that Scotland just... pushing their ships out? I think it was. I think Scotland just suicided their ships. So we've got 10 heavies here, which should absolutely crush this Swedish Navy. Now in this patch, in this 1.3 beta patch, 1.13 beta patch, AI navies can retreat if they're feeling they're taking a lot of damage. But we completely sunk all of their ships. We didn't capture any, but that's also killed those troops as well. The only annoying thing is you don't actually get any war score for killing troops by sinking transports that they're on, which is a little bit of a shame. Looks like these guys have got a little bit of a bigger army coming in. If they want to try and jump on... are they going to straight to Asia? They are, aren't they? Just trying to think if I actually want to just detach a siege and go and intercept them there. Because they're probably going to go... it's only grasslands. Oh, they're actually moving across into Ireland. This is actually perfect. Because they don't have any ships to worry about. Not that I've been able to see anyway. So we let them move over here. Because they've got to go and siege out the fort before they can do anything. And then we'll just take our transports and stick our transports in the Irish Sea. Now, what this basically means is these guys are going to be stuck over here in Ireland because we will have this blockaded. They are producing some lights, so we will have to be careful. But it does mean they can't get their troops back off this little piece of land, which is going to be very, very useful. I will have to keep my eye on these lights just because Scotland are trying to produce a little bit of a fleet. But they're basically stuck there now. And as soon as we get the war goal, we'll have ticking war score. Diplomatic technology cost increase or lose a stability. I don't want to lose another stability, and this is only for 10 years. Are we likely to want to take another Diplo tech soon? Yes, we are, because we'll get better ships. I don't mind the 10% increase, actually. That 10% extra that we'd have to spend on Diplo points is probably still less points that it would cost us to go back up to +3 stability. So we'll leave that as it is. I appreciate that Scotland is trying to help with the siege here, but we're actually getting quite a bit of attrition because we're all sat on this in the same province. Not that we can really go anywhere because of the fort control. In fact, can we actually? Yeah, we'd have to move out and move back in again to get there. Now, it actually says France is the attacker, even though that I've cancelled my move, which is a bit of a pain. But that's fine. We'll still win it anyway. Let's go ahead and grab the military tech because we can. And what we are going to do is we will pick the superior unit types. What do we want to go for? Do we want to go for offensive or defensive? More morale? I think we want to go for the more morale. So let's go for the Landsknechten. And we'll have slightly better base morale there. We do lose a little bit of... well, it doesn't affect these guys, of course, because these are mercenaries. It will affect these guys down here, but that's fine. And it was safe to do that, of course, because these guys are all trapped over here. They can't actually go anywhere and do anything. Not too sure where Sweden's army are. Obviously, they're not going to get open borders with everybody to sort of walk all the way down. So, if Sweden try anything, it's going to be via ship. And I think we've already sunk their navy, so I don't think we need to worry too much about that. France, of course, may go over here and try and deal with this army here, but I don't really think we need to worry. We could go over there and deal with them ourselves. It may well be worth doing that after we have flipped Lothain here, because we can trap them in Ireland. Remember, we can walk across this strait between Ayrshire and Ulster while keeping it blockaded, which means that these guys can't get out. So it makes stack wiping them a lot easier, and I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to take Lothain here, and then we'll leave France to go off and siege some stuff. We will come down into Ireland and just try and kill these guys off. There we go. We've managed to grab that. France have flipped it over to us. France are actually moving over here. I wonder if they're actually... I think France are actually doing what I was going to do, to be honest. Yep, France are doing exactly what I was going to do. France have a... Well, France did get a penalty there. Now, France should still win, but we'll just run in and help out. Brilliant. So, we didn't stack wipe them. But remember, they can't go anywhere because they're blockaded. So, we can just run here and stack wipe them. Brilliant. And this place should de-siege itself because of the active fort. So, let's go ahead and siege out the fort in Fife. What we're also going to do as well is while we are here in Ayrshire, we are going to detach one regiment. And you can move here. And then we'll be able to grab this. Yeah, that should be flipping back over. Because it is within my fort's zone of control. Are you flipping back? Why aren't you flipping back? You should be flipping back. It's weird. Well, France will de-siege it for us anyway. Can't get into there. Can't get into there. So we've got to siege out Fife now before we can do anything. Oh, they actually... well, we pushed the ship out. We actually managed to take out a light with 10 transports, which I suppose is legit. Yeah, I'm really not sure. Well, that fort should have flipped it back, but it'll be fine. It will be fine. Let's go ahead and group up here. Not doing too bad on manpower. Let's not forget, of course, we are using a mercenary army here, so that's making that a lot easier. These guys are just sat around in Calais, just sort of chilling, just waiting for this Burgundian rebel uprising, which is still supposed to happen in 1.8 years. How are things with France now? Obviously, they've actually gained a bit of an army, so... They do still have some liberty desire, but I think we'll be fine. Let's recall our diplomat from Aragon, because we don't need him there anymore. France are just going to sit there and loot. Guess we can't really do an awful lot until we get Fife. We do have an 85% blockade here, which is quite nice. We don't need Fife, of course. We only need to take Aberdeen. But we will take Aberdeen. And how far away are we from getting admin 10? Well, we are quite a few years ahead of time. We're 11 years ahead of time, so it is going to take a little bit of a while before we can grab that tech at a reasonable cost. So what about new ideas? Well, we could go ahead and grab a Diplo idea. We do still want to grab the actual tech. Now, the tech will be a little bit more expensive because of that negative modifier, but I don't mind too much. Diplo tech is one of those ones that you don't necessarily need to rush to that early on. I'm glad we do have the extra cannons here, of course, because now that we've got the extra cannons, it does help with the siege. Although, technically, we need 4 artillery to get the... Oh, no, we have got 4 artillery. At least we should have 4 artillery. Yeah, we've got 4 artillery, so that gives us the +2 bonus to the siege. So that's fine. The walls haven't gone down yet. Scotland are trying to rebuild their army. We're now into the positives, so there's a very good chance that in a few siege ticks we'll get that. All of our diplomats are now free. Let's try and suck up to... Right, actually, Flanders, who do you belong to? Are you somebody's... No, you're not. Would you ever accept vassalization? No. Because we own some of your core provinces, apparently. What about you, Holland? What are you up to these days? You're not owned by anybody. Offer vassalization, you would say no because you're a member of the Empire. So it's not worth sucking up with a lot of people. Well, we're still friendly with Austria, which is useful. What have we got down here? This is the Papal State. This is Naples. Might be worth sucking up with Naples. Naples actually like us. And it could be useful later on if we are doing some stuff down here in this area. I don't know. It's a possibility. When we stuck up with Naples, it might give us an opportunity to do some stuff later on down in Italy. So we'll see how that goes. So we need to sort of deal with Burgundy. We may well try and grab... oh, it's actually Oldenburg, not actually Holland. So is Holland gone? I think Holland as a nation may have... yeah, Holland as a nation have gone. Wow, okay. So, we'll have to see what we can grab. We've won the Siege of Fife. So, we're going to march straight over here and just take these guys out now. This is now going to be very easy, by the way, because they don't have any forts. Again, we can lose the stability or lose 20 legitimacy. Well, we'll lose the legitimacy. It's really... losing either one is really bad. I suppose I technically would have been better losing the stability because I can pay to get stability back, not legitimacy. Again, we could just go ahead and... well, we could pay 100 papal influence to raise stability. We could pay 50 papal influence to gain... That's yearly prestige. I'm sure there was one that actually gave you increased legitimacy. National tax modifier. Yearly legitimacy +1. But only for 20 years. So we'd only get 20 legitimacy. I think I'm going to save up the extra point and just grab the 1 mercantilism. So we'll do that. Because remember, we will be flipping our religion at some point. So we're not bothered about becoming the papal controller or anything. I think France are probably going to go and chase those guys down. They can't really go anywhere. Are you not going to go and take that engagement, France? No? Okay, well, I'll detach a single unit, because that's all I need to do here, because there's no fort. Now France are going to go and move into there. We'll just go and kill these guys. It should be a stack wipe. And indeed it is. And we're going to have 100% siege against Scotland very shortly. There's only a couple of provinces left to go. They're already begging for peace. We've got claims on Aberdeen and Lothian. We don't really want to take an awful lot from them because there's absolutely no point. But, you know, if we can control some stuff, let's control some stuff. Let's just grab as much as we can before we peace out. When's that rebel uprising going to pop? 1.6 years. Doesn't seem to be doing an awful lot. And it'll just take 1 siege tick here. No debate in Parliament. So, let's have a look what we have the option for. They've actually made this bigger now. You have to scroll up and down there. So, we can have 10 years of monthly autonomy change. We can have increased base tax in 1 province. You'll see now what this is actually saying. This is this is actually changed. It no longer tells you which province that you will actually get the base tax in. It just says you'll get one base tax in one province. It doesn't tell you which province it will be. Gain 2 mercantilism would be really, really nice. Increase base manpower by 1 in one province. And obviously base manpower means you're going to get 1 to your manpower development pool, not 1 as in 1 manpower. Maintenance modifier. I think getting 2 mercantilism would be really, really good. Plus 10 years of domestic trade power. Let's go for that. And what do we need to do? Lose 10 papal influence. We could do that, but what we will do first, because we have 100 papal influence, we'll grab that mercantilism. Now we've got no papal influence, but if we go into that, well, let's do it now. We don't have the papal influence. I was getting cocky there and thinking that we might be able to spend it and not go into the negative. Bribe MP, we could do. How far away are we from doing that mission? I don't want to spend the money yet. Lose Navy tradition, lose 20 Diplo power. We can afford to do that for the time being. We don't want to lose mercantilism. Lose military power, yet we can afford to do that. We don't need to do it all right the way, so we'll wait a little bit. No, Scotland, go away. What was that mission? How much did we have to save up to? 562, so we're not too far away. We have 100% siege on Scotland. Obviously, we don't actually have 100% war score because we haven't sieged out anything that belongs to Sweden. But we can now go ahead and we can attempt to sue for peace. They've got low war exhaustion. So we want to take Lothian. We want to take Aberdeen. That's going to give us 31 aggressive, 31 overextension and 10 aggressive expansion, which is not a problem at all. Do we want you to annul your treaties with Sweden? I don't think it makes a lot of difference. We could just vassalize them, actually. Could we not vassalize them? We could vassalize. Oh, that's concede defeat. I'm sure I clicked on vassal. You wouldn't accept vassalization, but it only needs 59% war score. Length of war, current peace offer, demands exceed war score. We don't need... The thing is, if we vassalize them, we need to integrate them. And if we vassalize them, it's another relationship. So we won't actually take the vassalization. We'll just take the provinces that we want, because then we can just grab them using the event. That's the easiest way to do it. We don't want you to annul treaties. We can't humiliate you, but we can get war reparations from you. We will take all the money that you are willing and able to give us. And yeah, we'll send demands. So we'll get Aberdeen and Lothian, so that's fine. We gain 10 prestige because we've completed our mission. Oh, of course, we actually complete our mission there because we got money in the peace deal. So you guys are already coming home. The transport fleet can go down there. The heavy fleet can go back to Wessex, and we will mothball them again. We need to core these provinces. That's fine. In fact, I will actually keep my army down near Lothian. I can't really put them in Aberdeen, but it does mean that I'll be able to respond to any problems here in Lothian. We've gained ourselves an extra fort because Lothian has one. So how does that help our army tradition? Yeah, so we get 0.05 for each fully maintained fort. What are we looking like money-wise? We are still making money. We are, or at least we were slightly over our force limit. No, we're bang on our force limit actually at the moment. I still think it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a couple more cannons. So let's go ahead and grab a couple over here, and then we'll disband a couple of the mercenaries. We can pick a new mission. We can still construct a grand fleet. We have gained 2 more provinces that are coastal, but it's only given us +3 to our naval force limit, so that probably isn't really worth it. Vassalize Scotland. Well, we're not going to vassalize you. We're actually just going to gobble you up, so that's completely pointless. Our diplomats aren't doing anything, so we can probably suck up to Tuscany. So let's go ahead and get that mission underway. Tuscany that's Tunisia. Oh, Tuscany's over here. It's one of these. Milan, Savoy. Which one of you guys is Tuscany? That one. You are just going to improve relations. We only have +4 improve relations, so we can easily get up to 100 with them. That will be fine. What was the reward for that mission? Prestige and Diplo power. Yep, awesome. Good stuff. Happy with that. Units have suffered casualties. That's fine. Plenty of manpower, so I don't mind that. We're still at war, of course. We're still in this other war down here. Invest in a new technology. That's still Diplo. How far are we away from the tech? Because we do have that increased cost. It's going to be October. So 2 years away, almost. So do we want to forgo that and just instead spend this and get the extra trade efficiency? I think that's probably a better trade-off at this time. We'll fall behind a little bit in tech, but we've got a negative modifier on that, so that's fine. That's giving us some more trade efficiency. You guys can mothball up. Is this rebel uprising ever going to pop? 1.3 years. Scottish separatists, 7.9 years. That will go away once we've sort of cored. So, okay, let's go ahead and look at our... we do have 2 mortars here that are mercenaries. So let's go ahead and grab those 2. You and you. Select this unit and disband. And then you guys can move in there because you are like the proper troops. It's going to be you next, I'm afraid, Brittany. There's not an awful lot you can do about it. The main thing we're waiting for Brittany at the moment is for our royal marriage to end. So yeah, once the royal marriage ends, we can break the alliance and we don't need the military access here anymore. It's not really hurting because... cancel military access. It's not really hurting because we already have a relationship with them, so it's not costing us anything more, but we'll cancel that anyway just so we don't forget. You guys all group up, although you are still mainly mercenaries. We're making good money, which is fine. France, are your armies all stuck somewhere, or have you managed to bring them back? Because I can't see where your troops are. You got some down here. Did you go ahead and disband them or something? No, you still have 26k somehow. But France still like us. That's another thing, of course. We should make sure that we keep happy with these guys. Improved relations is 119. We can probably get a little bit more there, so let's go back to France. Yeah, so we can still improve by 81. We'll keep them as happy as possible. We don't want them breaking away. We need to keep them subdued for a relatively decent length of time. And as soon as we're able to grab our next admin tech, we should now have all that we need in order to the national decision of forming the British nation diplomatically. So we need to be at peace. We need to have 100 legitimacy. But we could do it this way. Needs to own core province. Now the reason it says that we don't own it is because it's not a core province yet. So once Lothian and Aberdeen are cored and we are at peace and we have admin tech 10, we can form Great Britain. So that will be quite a nice thing to do. We do really want to get our legitimacy up at the moment. It's actually quite bad. Yeah, our heir has a weak claim as it is. Our heir's not bad though. 525 is not a bad heir. We'll see how things go. I think we'll be okay. Disputed succession, Bosnia. Don't really think that's something that we care about too much. But that's a good place to end the video. We did I just say video? Math isn't working today. That is a good place to end the video, mainly because we have completed a war and we've managed to take what we want, and we didn't even really lose anything in that war. A little bit of, well, not even a little bit of manpower. It was mostly mercenaries that we threw at them, so I'm happy with the way that went. So when we come back, we'll consider what is going to be our next plan, our next target. We've just lost an advisor. Let's go ahead and do that. So we need to just get another admin guy. Tax modifier, always nice to have. I mean, we could probably afford to get the rank 2 ones at the moment because we are making decent bank. Going to keep my army maintenance up, mainly because we are in a war and also we are expecting these rebels to pop at some point. Just before I forget, we can go in here now and actually have a look at doing these missions. Let's go ahead and bribe an MP here. That puts us up to 75% chance. And then we could either lose a mercantilism or we could lose some navy tradition. Let's risk losing the navy tradition. That gives us a 100% chance. But I think that is a good point to end the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will see you next time, and until then, goodbye for now.